Am I the asshole for banning my sister-in-law from my house over tomato sauce?
Yeah.
If you got it in my carpet, no.
Okay. I, 28 female, have an older brother, 32 male. He is married to my sister-in-law, 33 female. I get along with her well, except for this one point. If you don't keep an eye on her, she will get into the kitchen and add seasonings to whatever is cooking. She thinks she is fixing stuff, but not all foods need turmeric in it. This Saturday, I received 40 pounds of tomatoes. It took me the whole weekend to turn it into a sauce that I was planning to can. I can it plain and then add whatever seasonings and herbs it needs depending on the recipe. They came to take a bag of spare clothes for one of their kids, and in the 5 minutes it took me to get it, she managed to get into the kitchen, add salt, pepper, turmeric, olive oil, garlic powder, and Italian herbs to all of the 5 pots that were simmering on the stove. And when I asked her what she was doing, she had the audacity to say, "The sauce needed some taste. I added it for you." Like, I've never told her to not touch what I was cooking before. I was so angry that I knew I couldn't be calm talking with her, so I simply walked to my brother and told him to take the clothes and his wife and that she is no longer welcome in my home. She had followed me, was shocked, and started apologizing, but I just ignored her. I added that he should come by tomorrow and take the sauce his wife ruined because otherwise it would have been thrown away, and that I expected 40 pounds of replacement tomatoes. They left. He came back with the tomatoes, an apology letter from her, and an apology carrot cake, my fave, but I told him that I stand by my decision. Now my parents got involved, since I'm the only one that usually hosts, and since she is not allowed in my house, I told them to make alternative plans for Memorial Day. My husband says that I'm in the right, but my parents say that my reaction is way overblown. So, am I the asshole? Am I the asshole? I insulted my wife in front of my family. I and my wife have been married for 8 years. She told me she wants to be a stay-at-home mom when we got married because she didn't like her job that much. I was okay with that. My mom had to drop out of school because she lost her parents at a young age, and she had to do manual labor to send her siblings to school. She had the choice to either go to school herself or send her siblings to school. And because of this, she dropped out in 8th grade as a 14-year-old. Both her siblings got employed in really good companies, and they took care of her since then until she got married. My dad passed away just 2 years after their marriage, and she had to take care of me on her own. Her siblings did help, but she worked 2 jobs along with that to support us both. Today, we had a family get-together. My mom, her siblings, each of their kids. After having dinner, my wife said we needed to leave early because our kids have to go to basketball, swimming, and also have tutor sessions tomorrow. My kids were begging her to let them stay a little bit longer. My mom asked my wife if they can miss one day of practice to spend time with family since the kids also must have missed their cousins after not having met them for nearly a year. My wife retaliated, saying an illiterate woman wouldn't know the importance of education and extracurricular activities. My mom was clearly hurt and apologized for overstepping. I told my wife that literacy clearly hasn't taught her any basic manners. My wife got mad at me for insulting her in front of everyone and went back home with the kids.
Am I the asshole for naming my twins after characters without knowing that the characters would develop romantic feelings for each other? My husband, 37 male, and I, 35 female, are big literature nerds, and we have twins, 10 male, named after 2 protagonists in a formerly semi-obscure book we both loved growing up. The names are quite uncommon, so you would only recognize them if you were a fan of the book. Or at least that's what we thought before the book was adapted into video format. Note that our children were born before the book was adapted. We did not think it would ever get a screen adaptation. Our logic for naming our twins those names is because one of the co-authors said before that originally the characters were supposed to just be one character, but eventually was split into 2.
Crowley and Aziraphale?
It's that. Those are the names. Those are the names.
Wait, are you really?
We thought that they had a very touching platonic bond and did not expect that this dynamic would change. But turns out the characters became a popular fan pairing online.
No, you're fucking joking me. I was joking. I was joking. Guys, I'm joking. I was only joking, okay?
I did not see it that way, but the actors and directors kind of leaned in that direction initially, and I assumed it was just fan service because there was nothing definitive. I found out recently that now the characters' relationship has been changed, and that instead
wait,
of being
if it's
platonic,
it's always been written that way.
and instead of being platonic, they are now blatantly depicted to be in love with each other and have even kissed on screen.
Is that actually what it is?
Yes, Chad face, yes. You bet your fucking cracker ass it is.
God bless, I have so much knowledge about this.
This has been a shock to me and my husband, and his family in particular have been less than enthusiastic about this turn of events. They initially did not want us to name our twins those names, and are now saying our twins from then on will be associated with incest because of our naming choices. Thankfully, our children are not aware yet of this since they are young, but I'm worried that they'll be teased relentlessly in upcoming years. Am I the asshole for my kids and after characters who are now associated with each other romantically? Edit. There were no romantic undertones in the book, by the way.
Yes, there were.
At no point do the characters show any sexual interest in each other. They start and end the book.
Sexual is not... Oh, God. Okay.
They start and end the book as best friends. History will call them best friends.